So I thought, you know, let's do a talk about this. Let's talk about the power of spoken word, and not only spoken word, but the language that we use within our mind. When I start working with a student, one of the first things I tell them is to get rid of the word uh, want, and to get rid of the word think, and to get rid of the word should. The reason why I do that is because it has to do with our, again, the language that goes on in our mind, all that mental chatter that we do. And shooting people don't like to be shooted. There's a certain energy when you say you should do this or I should do this, and it's almost like shaming somebody into doing something. So I always say get rid of the word should. Um, the word think for me is a sign of not being able to make up your mind, being indecisive. Oh, I think I want this, or yeah, I think you should. So there's a certain frequency, and you see where I'm going here with. I hope you see where I'm going with this. The reason why what I replace the word think with is I feel. I feel I would like to. I feel it would be in your best interest to do this. And you can see where the frequency and the vibration changes. It's more welcoming, it's more inviting. Anyway, we're going to go a lot deeper than just the tone. So I want to start off by reading this very short article from Dr. Haider Zahid, and his article is called "The Power of Spoken Words." It says, "Words are singularly the most powerful force available to humanity. We can choose to use this force constructively with words of encouragement, or destructively using words of despair. Words have energy and power, with the ability to help, to heal, to hinder, to hurt, to harm, to humiliate, and to humble." And that's a quote from Yehuda Berg. Considering the powerful force of the words we utter, we must discipline ourselves to speak in a way that conveys respect, gentleness, and humility. One of the clearest signs of a moral life is right speech, which is also a part of the Buddhist beliefs. There's seven principles, I believe. Forgive me if I'm misquoting. But right speech is a part of the Buddhist path as well. Perfecting our speech is one of the keystones of mature people. Before speaking, take a few moments to contemplate what you will say and how you will say it, while considering the impact they will have on the listeners. And we can go into the whole idea of the frequency, the ripples, and so on, and what it returns to you energetically. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. But the article continues: be kind to all and speak words that are beacons of inspiration, enthusiasm, and encouragement to all. Kind and sweet words are always music to the ears of the listener. Many people are compelled to give voice to any passing feeling, thought, or impression that they have. They randomly dump the contents of their mind without regard to the significance of what they are saying. When we talk about trivial matters, as in gossiping about others, our attention is wasted on trivialities. And let me tell you something. In my life, I lose interest very quickly. It's like, okay, why are you taking time in my brain for this trivial nonsense? Unless you're teaching me something or I'm learning something, or we're sharing energy. Uh, you know, I try to be very vigilant to what I give my attention to, especially as someone who works in the field of consciousness. My consciousness is my energy. So when we speak, we should speak with mindfulness in a way to solidify peace and compassion in our characters. Not only do our words matter, but also the tone which we use has a huge impact. There are certain rules that should guide all of our communications with others. Always speak the truth, avoid exaggeration, be consistent in what you are saying. Don't use double standards in addressing people. Don't use your words to manipulate others. And most importantly, do not use words to insult or belittle anyone. Uh, Thich Nhat Hanh, a contemporary Buddhist monk and global peace worker and writer, in his book, Being Peace, states, speaking honestly and any negotiation between individuals or groups is necessary. Speaking the truth in a loving way is also necessary. Han recommends only loving speech, even when we are communicating about our differences and disagreements. We must be lovingly honest. We must discipline ourselves to speak in a manner that conveys respect, gentleness, and humility. Gary Chapman, in his book, Love as a Way of Life, uses the vivid metaphor for words as being either bullets or seeds. If we use our words as bullets with a feeling of superiority and condemnation, we are not going to be able to restore a relationship to love. If we use our words as seeds with a feeling of supportiveness and sincere goodwill, we can rebuild a relationship in positive and life affirming ways. When we need to talk candidly about something difficult with another person, we must focus on the conversation with keen attention and purpose. During the conversation, we must listen patiently, speak tactfully, and tell the truth as we understand it. We must align our words, voice inflection and tone, eye expression, body language, and actions with our inner awareness in an honest exchange.